All right, we are live again, man. Wait for everybody to pull up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, dirty. What the fuck? What's the deal, everybody? Let me see something on here, man. Shit. What's up, man? What's up, man? Yada the damn thing. Gotcha. We live, so we gotta just wait for people to pull up. They starting to pull up.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, I'm going live again. Hold on, real quick. Let me go do this real quick.
Handle that. What's good, everybody? Set this up real quick. Come on in the room. If you ain't, right? We're going to talk more of this Raider stuff. Drop your questions down in the comment section. And we will be definitely taking a look at that. Everybody on Raiders Allegiance. I am Raider Twan. If you don't know who I am, I'm also on YouTube, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I see y'all coming in. What's up, Milka Beezy? I see Frank Weber. Raider Fountain in the building. Hey, look, I'm trying to link my channel so some of my folks can get in on this too. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. As you guys are coming in, go ahead and hit that like button. We just asking you to do things that's free. Hit that subscribe and hit that like button.
That's right. Subscribe, like, and share, you guys. Welcome to the late night show. I'm glad. Are you guys doing okay? Fucking A. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I see y'all in there, man. Lost City, we in the building. Yes, indeed. Shout out to all y'all, man. Damn, y'all pulling up for real. Well, gotta wait. Let's see. Dirty don't need no link to come in here. He already has keys to the back door. Not that back. Y'all stop that shit. Y'all be making me say fucked up shit. Not the keys to that back door, like the door on a house or on a podcast. Y'all talk about that Duke shoot shit. No, but you better stop diddying everybody. Yeah, but the numbers are going up. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. We're gonna wait for the rest of the gang. Hey, Twan, you got JT's Instagram?
I do.
Share that link that I gave you on your Instagram. Give it to him. Okay. Dirty Raider, come out and play. I need me 2 glass bottles so I can say, Dirty, come out and play. But yeah, man, I ride with you because you said defensive line. If all else fails in that and we ain't got what we want at 6, you gotta go defense.
Because if you look at the D line, there's a lot of guys that are on there. Like, we got rid of guys, right? We're trying to replace guys.
Yeah.
One of the biggest pieces that left, and I don't. And let me say this, as my channel gets linked onto this, because I need people to know my Raider gospel on this. What the 4-2 guy? He's not a replacement for for Adam Butler. Okay? He's a replacement for somebody that's already off this team.
Yeah.
And that's John Jenkins.
Yep, that's right.
Jenkins,
that's right.
John Jenkins is old. You know what I'm saying? We needed a nose tackle.
Man.
So they brought in the 4-2 guy. So, I heard some content creator come say that, 4-2 is going to be replacing Adam Butler.
No. 4-2 is going to be our nose tackle when we do 3-4, because we're base 4-3. I think we're going to still be base 4-3, but you know what I mean? You bring him in for the nose tackle position. Now, getting a Mason Graham at that DT next to Christian Wilkins, and your bookends is Max Crosby and Kuntz. If we get Kuntz that had the 8 sacks, if we get him back, it's on. Bruh, this defense is going to have to carry this team until that offense is right. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
3-pack.
And I think that was the downfall of us last season too, was because of the injuries that we had on the line.
Exactly.
It didn't help everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this stuff has to work together. It all flows together. And when they don't, that's what you see. Man.
So I'm already understanding that our strength of our team is our defense. And then if you add somebody like Graham in there, and then especially we know what Jeremy Chin gonna bring to the table. Him and Palomar is gonna be interesting.
He's gonna bring his chin.
His chin and his chin strap. It's gonna be strapped up. But man, if we can stop the run and cause teams to be one-dimensional and just have to pass, that's gonna be easy on the defense. You know what I mean? Without having to stack the box. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be, and then plus they're long too. So, man, I'm seeing a 6'4" and a 6'3" safety playing free and strong.
But this is a question too, because again, I'm one of those ones. I say it a lot, but it's just my Raider gospel on the situation. Do you really believe that Palomar is ready for a full-time shot at being a starter?
They wouldn't have gave him that extension if he wasn't.
Okay.
That's a telltale sign. You only give players the money that deserve the money. That's why you notice it was Max Crosby and Palomar. You know what I mean? They gave Kuntz that money 1 year though, but that's a lot of money, $12 million for somebody who was out last year. You know what I mean? So it's prove it. But I think Palomar, he developed into what he is, and he's not even scratching the surface of what he can, because his measurables make him the type of athlete at the safety position that he's going to be very valuable to us. You know what I mean? He has the length, he has the height, he has the speed, and he has the willingness to put a shoulder on somebody. You know what I mean? To tackle. So let him continue to grow and know that now it's on you. You know what I mean? You did what you did to get to where you're at. We gave you the money because we felt you deserved it. Now let's see if you earned it and you own to it and still do what you did to get you here. And that's to continue to develop, because that's what he's done, because he was an undrafted. You know what I mean? So it's impressive. I like seeing stories like that where a cat is undrafted and he comes in here and makes the best of it. You know what I mean? And like they say, it doesn't matter how you got here, as long as you're here.
That's the same thing as that's the same story that we can say about DJ Turner.
Yeah, same thing. That's what Spillane did too. Even though we let him walk, but then he started to become a gadget guy. You know what I'm saying? Work your way.
Started getting some little looks in the playbook. You know.
Hey, people got to understand. Sometimes other people's roads are longer than yours to get to where they got to go. You know what I mean? I might develop in a year or two. It might take somebody 3. And they usually say, from what Hondo say, like they say in the league, your money year is your 3rd year. You know what I mean? That's when, okay, Now you got to show it, like Tyree Wilson. I'm not gonna shit on Tyree Wilson because I understood he wasn't supposed to start his rookie year. Chandler Jones was there. People forget he was getting 20 plus million to play opposite of Max Crosby on the end spot. And plus that foot surgery that he had, I did a show about the doctor that performed it, and he said he will not be 100% his rookie year. It's going to take him a whole year to get to about 80 or 90%. So last year, you got to look at Tyree Wilson's season as being a rookie year. And what did he have? What, 3.5 sacks last year as a rookie? If you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So now what does he do this year? If he gives me 7 or 8, you know what I mean? Or even, I'd take you even a little further. If he beats out Kuntz, because he has all the God-given abilities to get out there and be a damn good defensive end. And I'm surprised that they're not gonna, a lot of people don't want to give him that time to mature into that, to see what he really is, because that's, if they can get the the ability out of him with technique and so forth, and he got the right guys to groom him. He got the Christian Wilkins, the Max Crosby's, the help him with that by taking him under his wing. I want to see if he really gets it this year. This got to be the year, though. Bottom line, if he don't get it this year, he ain't gonna get it next year either.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go get me some water. God dang it.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to take over for a little bit. But yeah, that's Tyree. I know there's, some people, have the notion of, oh, get rid of Tyree, he's trash. Nah, not in Raider Twan land. Over at Raider Twan and the congregation, we talk about cheap labor. And those that know what cheap labor is, I'm talking about those rookie contracts. So, anytime you got somebody that is showing something and is still on a rookie contract, you kind of keep them until otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's almost like, when you play in the field, you know what I'm saying? You got one girl, but then hey, you good until I find the better one. You know what I'm saying? So until we get the better one, you go stick it through. So I think that's the same thing with Tyree, and I think, with him, he's kind of a special type of player because he has the flexibility of playing inside and out.
Yes.
Outside.
That's so another thing too.
It's really going to be interesting, especially this year with this new coaching staff. Or not coaching staff, but with Pete Carroll influence into the Patrick Graham system. Yeah. I think that there might be some things that he might say, hey, Tyree, I need you to focus on this. This is what I want out of you. You know what I'm saying? And then he can focus on that thing. It does get kind of confusing sometimes when you are flipping flavors in regards to, the positions of a player. That's why with JPJ, I'm an advocate for having him play center because I don't want him to go to guard. I know he can play guard and I know he can do well at guard, but moving him from guard to center to guard is not helping his stability and ultimately growth of and the help for our team. So it's best to identify with every player what they are supposed to do, let them focus on that. And then if something comes along and that you can throw something else on their belt, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with the playbook. Yeah. The playbook is not the same playbook that they have. If I was an offensive coordinator and I came in my first year, okay, this is what we doing. Okay. Next off season, okay, y'all remember what y'all did last season? We doing that, and we add in this. You know what I'm saying? So you just build and build and build. So
that's how you do that. Yep. The same like with an offensive coordinator doing that, and then also your offense can evolve depending on the weapons that's added to it as well. You know what I mean? You only can do what you can do. Somebody might come along and give you that extra angle that adds a little wrinkle to your offense to be like, oh, Now I can do this in this offense because we got this type of player. Like look at Bowers. Bowers to me is not your typical tight end. He can play anywhere on the field, even out the backfield. He's unique like that. You know what I mean? So when you have a weapon like that, now you start to. I just can't wait to see. I see they want to shit on Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly always been a brilliant offensive mind. Coaching might not be, but he admitted he's not. That's not what he's looking for. He wants to draw up plays and dominate defenses, and he's done that. He's done that.
Yeah.
So JT, if you watch him, bruh, he was a Duck before he was a Bruin. And the Ducks wasn't shit until he came along and made us one of them high scoring ass offenses. It wasn't the defense that came alive when he was there. It was the offense. You know what I mean? And even with Philadelphia, he wasn't the greatest coach, but that offense was still winning games.
Hey, that hey, when Chip Kelly was over there with Oregon, that mascot, that Duck had some big old arms.
Them push-ups every time they scored.
Push-ups, man. I was like, dude,
I'm telling you,
they put up 50 today. You pushing that many today? Okay.
I've been an Oregon fan since back in shit. We go back to the 80s when they had Gang Green. The defense was nicknamed Gang Green, but the offense wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Chip Kelly comes and gave us an offense that was scoring with a blink of an eye. That was it. To watch your team score points like that was exciting. You know what I mean? Just like when we watched us beat the shit out of what was the Chargers, we scored 60. That was exciting because we ain't did that shit. You know what I mean? So it was fun to see us score with different people and different plays. So Chip Kelly brought that to us. And now I know JT a little salty because of UCLA, but everything ain't gonna work in your direction. I got jobs that I worked that I didn't do as good at compared to the other jobs I had before or after. So it's all about being in the right situation at the right time. And I think this is a perfect situation for Chip Kelly. You know what I mean? I don't think Chip Kelly's gonna tell him, get me him. They're gonna discuss that shit, and that's what you're supposed to do. I want a boardroom. I don't want a porta potty where you just sit down and I think I'm gonna draft such and such, and there's nobody to counter that and be like, nah, I think you might want to try. You know what I mean? You need that voice of reason in a room, and I like the fact that you're gonna have a Chip Kelly, a Tom Brady, a Pete Carroll, all there sitting there discussing this shit. People that's done it before. You know, so I'm excited. I want to sit back and see how they maneuver through this draft, man. If they knock these picks out the park, I'm not mad at all. I don't care if we don't get Genty. I don't care if we do get Genty. Just knock the picks out the park. Maneuver this draft like with expertise and knowing what you're doing. You know, build this team with the pieces that's going to be foundational for years to come. That's what we want. We want more Max Crosby's. You know what I mean? And right now, it's a damn shame that Max Crosby's the only. Well, last year we do have JPJ and Bowers. Those are other type of players that we want. You know what I mean? If we can draft all those type of players, ain't no reason why we can't be better than what we are. And I think this year coming up, I think we'll do a whole lot better than last year because you figure, look, 4 of our home games are against teams that's picking before us. Listen to what I just said. 4 teams at home this year are picking ahead of us. And we got the 6th pick. Who that is? Jacksonville is at home against us. Tennessee's at home against us. The Giants are at home against us, and so is Cleveland at home against us. And I didn't mention Indianapolis on the road. I didn't mention teams like Dallas and Chicago at home. You think we're only going to win 4 or 5 games? And considering that we upgraded at quarterback, regardless of what people think, Geno Smith is an upgrade.
Yeah.
And we're talking about our offense last year where we didn't have a great offensive line, trying to figure that out, and had 2 rookies starting. We didn't have a good quarterback, and we definitely didn't have a run game. But yet we still walk away with 2 1,000-yard receivers. What happens when you get a quarterback that has all this? You know, we're going to get a running back. It's inevitable. When you got to draft this deep with running backs, you're going to get at least one. Facts. And it's going to be a high-quality type caliber running back. It ain't just going to be a 7th-round pick or a 6th-round pick. It's going to be somebody they're going to get that's going to come in and help us day one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know we can do, but and we got a lesser schedule this year. We got New England. Not to mention, we got New England also, who's picking in the top 5. So 5 of the teams picking ahead of us we play this year. 5. There's a reason why they're picking that high. We had 4 wins and we're picking 6. That tells you a lot.
JT,
I know
IG.
Huh?
No, I'm just telling JT to check.
Oh, JT? Yeah, for the link, man. The link is in there. The link to the come up on here. Where Dirty at? Dirty tripping. He on diaper duty?
He might be. He
bring the little fella on too. He's gonna be hollering Raiders when he get old enough. Hell yeah, man. So I just this time I'm not gonna even. People say, what is my record prediction? I can't predict that shit. We don't even know who the hell we drafting. You know what I mean? We don't know what our health is gonna look like during the season. So I'm gonna stop doing all that shit. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kick back, crack me a beer, and see how they get down. What does this front office do that's any different from others? Oh shit! It's the curdled milk king.
Get me in here. Get me in here.
Look at him. I thought that was one of them big head hats. You know them big hats?
Yeah.
It's just your head. My bad.
Nah, that's your
I'm fucking with you.
Big ass no.
I ain't seen you in a minute, JT. Where the fuck you been, bro?
Grinding, working, living, recuperating, rejuvenating, rebuilding myself, praying, building.
Using that shea butter. Yeah, that shea butter, boy.
Okay, actually no shea butter. I've been using
and that black seed oil.
I need to start using that again. I need to,
Sea moss? You fuck with the sea moss?
I've never taken it yet. I haven't. I might have to start. But
if you can, I can't medically, but if you can, yeah, sea moss.
Why can't you take sea moss?
Because there's certain things within sea moss that I cannot have.
Oh, is that right? Fuck, I didn't know they had cocaine in that shit. That's why I only sleep 3 hours a night, man. No, I'm fucking with you.
So one of the things that I have to be mindful of is my potassium.
Oh, yes, right.
And stuff like that. So
there's a lot of good stuff in potassium.
Yeah.
Bananas. Bananas got a good source of it.
If you want like a daily vitamin, go and get you some sea moss.
Yeah, I gotta get some real sea moss, not just imitation or fake shit. I know it was a bunch of
knockoffs. I'll be researching
like Chip Kelly as our offensive coordinator knockoff.
I'm about to fucking mute you.
I heard you. I heard you what you said a minute ago about JT hating on him because you said like, nah, man, dumb, man. Look, I'll be honest. He cost Zach Charbonnet a Heisman. He wasn't good for DTR. I mean, he got DTR drafted. I'm not gonna say him front. He got DTR drafted, but he did him a disservice. He did both of them a disservice, man. Because with his RPO. With his RPO options, his bad play calling, and he's not as innovative as he used to. What I have a problem is that you supposedly created something, and now you can't re-innovate yourself somehow. You don't even run it the best anymore. Like you created this monster of an offense. But now all of a sudden, you don't know how to really do it anymore. You don't know how to call it. You don't know how to get the players to run it properly. Like the fact of the matter is, when you create something, that means you created something around the players. He's not doing that. He doesn't do that, and that's my problem. If you don't fit his offense, he gets you out of there. Your offense you need to be able to implement yourself within a team and match your offense around the people that you have.
So what would you say his his job at Ohio State. I'm not saying his job, but as far as him doing his job at Ohio State led him to a national championship.
He piggybacked off the success of somebody else. Ohio State was already Ohio State. They would have won with any offensive coordinator, man. They were loaded. Ohio State was loaded. They barely missed last year because they were just young. He didn't do anything that was revolutionary or just innovative that changed.
He sure
They
hell gave us our first loss at the wrong time.
Because but that was just Ohio State.
Man,
that was just you can't give that type of caliber organization, because Ohio State is an organization in college football.
Yeah.
They have the money, they have the resources, they have the alumni, they have everything. So yes, and the only reason Oregon beat them the first time because Fool fumbled at the end of the game.
But hey, Dylan Gabriel was giving them the business too, though.
Yeah, but he's like a 10th year senior. You know, he's like
he ain't no 10th year. Stop putting shit on too. Stop making.
I'm just saying, you know, dude had like 3 COVID years. He's like in year 7. You know, but it is what it is. Like, you know,
he said he was med school when he
was working on his second master's over there. Like, seriously, like
I'm not even go. I'm done. I'm stopping arguing.
But yeah, no, but my thing, it's like, okay, cool. If Chip Kelly would have went back and repeated and continued to show success at Ohio State, then I give you the respect that you deserve. But I'm not gonna give you respect from going there 1 year, not recruiting any of the players that were starting. He didn't develop them. He didn't build them up. All he did was go in there and coach and call plays. That's all he did.
But ain't that?
That's not the problem. This is not college, man.
No,
he has to.
But that's what you're talking about is him in college. But that's what.
Yeah, he's. Chip Kelly is good when you have a finished product and you need to go over the top with play calling. That's where his skill set is at.
Okay.
We're not asking him to do that. We're asking him to build something here.
No, I don't think he's going. I don't think that's his job.
Yeah, you said it right. That's the problem. What do you mean that's not his job?
No, as far as building the Raiders, that's not.
He has to draft players that are going to fit into his offense.
John Spytek got to draft players to fit into his offense.
Fuck? No, it doesn't. No, it's not. It's not his offense.
Why do we even have John Spytek then?
John Spytek is going to go to who to say, what do you need? What are we looking for?
No, of course, that's what you're supposed to do.
So who's the architect of it?
He's the architect of the offense.
Okay, so then he's the guy. He's the mastermind. He needs to.
I don't think he's going to be direct guys because he don't even like doing the scouting. He said that. He said he's fine with being an offensive coordinator for now.
Which shows you how that's like McMillan kid saying I don't watch film.
Well, McMillan don't, and you said he didn't have to.
When you're that talented, Chip Kelly ain't on that level anymore. If this was Oregon Chip Kelly, then yeah, he gets the pass. He gets that pass.
No,
but he's not Oregon Chip Kelly right now. No, he's trying to. So then you don't get the leeway to be like, well, I don't need him. No, yes you do, Negro.
He's not the same Kelly exactly because when he tried to Philadelphia, that no.
You're only talking Philly. Okay, what do you do? What do you do in San Francisco?
Fuck San Francisco. I'm glad that he.
I'm just saying though. That's your track record though. That's your track record in the pros. Yeah, his track record in the pros ain't in college. You could be more of a dictator in college. They gotta listen to you in college. This is the pros. I can smack the shit out of you if you talk to me disrespectfully.
Sometimes people just ain't like we always say. Sometimes that some of these coordinators are better coordinators than coaches. It's just facts.
But he's not trying to be a coordinator.
That's what he wants. That's what he is.
Then you would have stayed at Ohio State.
Nah, I don't think. I think it's a different. It's hard to turn down $6 million a year. And you're just an offensive coordinator. That's $6 million a year, bro. You can't. Come on. What was he making at Ohio State? 3, 2, 1. He wasn't even the head coach. He was probably making what, $2 million?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but at the Raiders, your job is not guaranteed next year.
All I got to do is call plays for $6 million a year.
Cool. Okay, and
I ain't got to recruit. I ain't gotta do shit but call plays.
No, he does. He does. He has to run practice. He has to run organization. He has more responsibility. He's the assistant coach. He's the assistant coach. Look, he's the assistant coach.
Is he the assistant coach?
Yes, he's the assistant coach.
Let me see if that's true, because I don't know about that. If that's the case, then I see something else coming behind
If Pete Carroll cannot finish, like he gets sick and something happens, he's the assistant coach that's going to take the spot. He's the one that's going to get promoted. You know why? He's only with coaching experience. Patrick Graham ain't going to do it because he's just not going to get the nod.
Yeah, they got the old information. They're still saying Marvin Lewis, and I know that ain't it.
Marvin Lewis is just a player rep, whatever. It's not him. It's him. That's what I'm telling you. He's an assistant coach. He has a lot more responsibility than people think that they're giving him.
No, Chip Kelly is the offensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders, not the assistant coach.
Who's the assistant coach? Patrick Graham? I guarantee you, we needed an intern coach. Chip Kelly's getting promoted over anybody on the staff.
That's fine. Let me see. Who is the assistant head coach for the 2025 Las Vegas Raiders? They keep saying Marvin Lewis, but I know that's not it. But maybe it is.
I thought they brought him back.
The assistant head coach for the 2025 Las Vegas Raiders is Marvin Lewis. The Raiders announced his addition. Wait a minute, that's key hire of the 2025. Wait a minute. Oh, in the 2025 season, but we ain't even did that season yet. I gotta check, man. I gotta check because that's not. I thought Marvin Lewis. Didn't they agree to like separate or go separate ways or some shit? No, that was Champ Kelly, the assistant GM. That's who that was. Okay, here we go. I got the coaches right here. Who's the assistant head? Kizzy. Let's see.
Philbin's still there too.
Yeah, it's still the team we had, the coaching staff we have predominantly last year. He didn't replace that many people. Greg Olson's still on the staff. Chip Kelly's the offensive coordinator. He's the first coach that's going to be on there. You know, Chris Betty's the wide receiver coach. Senior offensive assistant is Bob Bicknell.
That's just like Greg Olson. I think he's a better quarterback coach than he is an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but he still sucks.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. How many? Okay. Let's keep it real. What quarterbacks have developed? I'll give him AOC.
AOC? Shit, that's the only one we can name.
And everybody wants to ship him off.
I don't think Greg Olson wasn't around with AOC.
He was offensive coordinator with us. You remember when that was that with Gruden? Was that Gruden when he was offensive coordinator?
Mm-hmm.
Man, we've been in these last few years.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was with the Seahawks in 2023.
Who was? Greg Olson?
Yeah.
That's why he's here then. Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. That's why he's here.
I'm looking at you, Twan. I'm just throwing up, Twan. Twan.
Hey, it is what it is, dog.
Just kidding. I'm just looking. I mean, Joe Philbin. You know, Joe Philbin could possibly sneak in there.
Joe Philbin is another one. He was a better offensive coordinator than a head coach. Miami didn't do so well, but every stop that Philbin had something to do with the offense, they were top 10. Even Miami, I think they were 11th. He took them from 27th to 11 when he was head coach in Miami for 4 straight years. And then with Green Bay when he won the Super Bowl, what was that, 2010? He was the offensive coordinator. So he's been successful.
He's just an offense assistant, though.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, he's OG now, so he probably don't even.
He on the OG coaching class.
Yeah, he's on the retirement shelf.
Yeah,
he's on the retirement shelf. Hey, Dirty, where the hell Dirty at? That motherfucker.
Well, he was in the other chat waiting for you to send a link, but you didn't come. So you
don't need no link. Yeah, our channels is connected on this shit. He can just.
Yeah, he was waiting for you to start, but he never started. He said so.
I was setting it up.
Yeah, little man had woke up, so he went to go handle that.
Okay.
Um,
You ain't gotta go get it. No, you ain't gotta go get it.
and this is terrible. Man, look at this staff, man. Patrick Graham, John Glenn, Keon Jackson, Rob Leonard.
They didn't know how to count. $3. What, they didn't charge you for the beer? Crazy. I put $3. You better stop robbing them people. They gonna call the police on you. No, I'm fucking with you. You said what?
You and dry snitching?
Oh, that's why, dummy. Nah, you stupid. Really? The store paid for all that pay out. I'm probably $3 Wow. All right. You don't have to though. No, I appreciate it. You don't have to.
This is what I'm saying, man. Look at our Geno Smith is the longest tenured guy. That's crazy. He's been in the league 12 years. Then Raheem Mostert. Then Eldon Brooks.
Oh, like, Aaron Brooks?
No.
Oh, I was
Aaron Brooks.
Oh, I thought I heard you say that. I remember that was our quarterback that didn't last. He got hurt after the second game or some shit?
It's Landon Roberts.
Landon Roberts. He landed from Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. Like we have.
They got a plan, bro. I don't know what the plan is. I think I kind of do, but I gotta wait and see. Like I said, I'm not gonna get too high. I ain't gonna get too low. I want to see what they doing first before I even pass judgment, because we might be way off with what they trying to do, and they do something different. It might work. I don't know.
When did we get Kyle Phillips?
Kyle Phillips?
Yeah, he's gonna be our kick returner. He's from UCLA.
Oh yeah. Ain't that what he with? Who was that?
Tennessee,
huh?
He got drafted by Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay. That's right, from UCLA.
Shifty's not make sense.
We know he ain't making the team.
Nah, he gonna make it. Chip Kelly really liked him. He did really well in Chip Kelly offense.
Oh, well, that's good for us then.
Yeah, but he's a return guy. I don't see him as like a slot guy. Well, you know what? He is a slot guy, but he wasn't doing nothing in Tennessee.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just you got to be at the right place in the right system at the right time, bro. You know what I mean? Life works like that sometimes.
Like people be tripping about Geno's age, and I'm like, people forget that Geno wasn't getting all the snaps.
I'd be more worried about the calluses on his hand from holding that clipboard. Because he's been a backup for a long time, bro.
Yeah, he's been holding the clipboard for a minute.
I'm telling you
that tread is still good.
I'm gonna nickname him McLeod because he's the backup.
Yeah, but he was getting his butt kicked when he was with the Jets and everything, man.
The Jets always get their ass whooped. Even with Aaron Rodgers there and Devontae Adams, they got their ass whooped.
What quarterback?
He was there 4 years though.
I think they cursed.
He was there 4 years getting his butt kicked and getting sacked and getting these tore up.
Everybody was getting their ass whooped there.
And then he's been in Seattle,
Yeah.
It's been good, but ain't been the best.
Sometimes people
I'm not worried about that, but my problem is we have a run pass option play caller without having a run pass option quarterback.
Who? Geno?
It's not a run pass option quarterback at 34.
I think you need to go watch last year's highlights.
Do you want him to be a run pass option quarterback right now?
If he can do it, you can't tell me that you can't tell me that he has a history of injury where he can't do it. You can't tell me that at 34, 35 years old that he can't do it. He ain't got a long, extensive career for 15 years in the NFL, being a starter, taking hits and everything. He ain't
the healthiest of guys either who prove he can take hits.
What you mean?
He's not the biggest. He's not the biggest guy. He's not Jalen Hurts. He's not Cam Newton. To be a run pass option quarterback, yeah, you do.
Bruh. You acting like this dude is 5'9" and 190 pounds. Let's see what
he's 6'2", supposedly 220. He's lighter than me. He doesn't weigh more than me. He doesn't weigh more than me. He doesn't weigh more than me. I'm at 211 right now.
Okay, I'm at 207.
He's around your weight. He's not 220. He's not 220.
He's at 6'2", 220.
He's not 220. He barely 200. I'm telling you.
Bruh. You act like he don't look nothing like Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is like 210. AOC is 210. He's not little like that.
Yeah, but you're gonna be taking hits from a guy who average size is 240.
Okay, so what? You rather run a RPO with AOC?
He's not running nobody to the head. He's not gonna run nobody over.
You want to have Ricky from Boys in the Hood running the offense?
He gonna be in the game if we run pass option with him.
And he did it with Seattle.
The hell he did. They weren't doing that.
Go watch the highlight from last season.
He was running run pass option in Seattle.
Man, he was running that motherfucker past everybody and I seen him score twice doing that shit.
Cause he was scrambling, running for his life.
No, he just took off and ran on a pullout.
Don't make me fact check you and pull up highlights.
Go do that shit. Go get it. Go get it.
No.
Let me do it. Let me go ahead and appease you.
2024 highlight runs. Look at this.
I know we're gonna get hit with a copyright. Let's see.
That's gonna be twice for me today.
What? What's twice?
Copyright, probably. We'll see.
I don't care. Fuck it. I ain't tripping.
And watch. The Raiders are gonna go get Tyler Lockett. Watch.
That's what I'm thinking they're gonna do too.
Which is terrible. It's terrible. It's a stupid ass decision. Like you're bringing something that did. See, I was gonna say, fuck it, I ain't gonna say it from the show. You're trying to tell me you're gonna bring in a culture that was in a worse division than yours and couldn't win their division, right?
Okay.
Why would you bring that culture here then?
But look, what is Lockett gonna do? What is it? I'm not.
I'm saying we're trying to change the culture. Is what they said, right? They're bringing Pete Carroll's culture. That shit didn't work in the NFC West. Why the hell we gonna bring it to the NFC West, which is a lot harder and better and more competitive?
I don't know, because you talk about out of the NFC West, you got 3 teams that were in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. That shit wasn't even working against the Arizona Cardinals. So why the hell am I going to bring it here?
The AFC West, you only got 1 team that's been to the Super Bowl.
Wait,
Recently, hold on. The Rams won the Super Bowl, correct? The Niners lost twice, correct, to Kansas City. That's 3 Super Bowl trips by 2 of your teams in your conference or your division. We only have 1 team that's been to the Super Bowl recently in our division. That's Kansas City.
The standard of the NFL, right?
So the standard of the NFL, right? That's telling me that the NFC West,
the NFC West is better than the AFC West.
It has to be.
Last year,
you got 3 Super Bowl appearances by 2 different teams.
You're playing. My question is last year. What was the NFC? Oh, you know what? Let's just do it. What was the NFC West record against AFC teams last year?
I don't know.
NFC West.
To be honest, I don't follow no other teams but the Raiders.
I mean, you should when you're bringing in a guy who was in that division and couldn't beat that division.
I'm racist in football. If you ain't the Raiders, fuck you. Shit.
So let's see.
Hey, if you're not the Raiders, forget you. I gotta
I'm just like, hey, it is what it is. We got Pete Carroll. He gonna do what he thinks is gonna work, and we're gonna see. They
were 3-6 at home with the best home fans.
Who did?
The Seahawks.
Didn't they win last year? Didn't they win 10 games?
They won 10 games, yes.
Oh, so when the last time we won 10 games?
They won 10 games. Still didn't win a division.
I'll take the fuck. The
They
division
could.
was
They
not
could.
easy.
It was easy. You had
No.
the Niners had 6 wins. The Cardinals had 8 wins, and somehow magically had 8 wins that they shouldn't even gotten. They all they had to do was deal with an injury-riddled Rams team, and they couldn't beat them.
Shit, the Rams was on fire towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but Puka Nakua, how hurt was their team? Cooper Cup wasn't even really around. Well, man, it's like no. I'm not cool with the way we moving. The way that if you're going to sit here and say we're in win now mode, then sign the players you need to win now. Commit to it. Like don't half-ass it. Like we need maybe 2 draft picks. Cool. If we're in win now, we do all through the free agency and we keep 2 picks and we trade all the other picks to get players that can play and compete right now. They're not doing that.
Okay, I'm about to bring up this Geno Smith highlights from last season.
I'm already watching. Most of it was just throws and touchdowns.
Then you can give me the apology afterwards.
I'm seeing touchdown passes. I ain't seen no run pass option.
No, just watch. You're gonna see the shit. He didn't like you gonna run every down.
I'm saying you're in a run pass option offense. He's not in the same offense he ran last year, Lou. This is what I'm saying. He's not gonna be. They're not making these passes like this. This is not the offense he's running next year. So all these highlights that we're seeing right now is null and void. We're not running that option. We're not running that offense.
This was a run right here.
No, Smith had to drop back and he took off.
It wasn't no. He dropped back and then he took off. Touchdown. Cool. That's at 34 years old.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is he has the ability to do it.
He does. How many more times are you gonna be able to run like that? Straight up the middle. Look, the middle of the field is open. That ain't happening every game.
No, it's not gonna happen every game. But using pass, when you use a play action pass, you're gonna freeze the defense at least for a minute. Not a whole minute, you know what I mean? Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying is he doesn't run quarterback draws. That's what I'm saying. This offense that we're seeing is not being ran. Chip Kelly don't run this type of offense.
I'm not saying this is the offense, but what I'm saying is, would he be able to do that offense? And because you're saying that he's not going to be physically able to do it at his age. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, the offense he ran, he has a run pass option, meaning it's based upon what the defensive end is going to do, where he's going to put in it. Cool. So that means either I'm going to take it and run, or I'm going to give it to the running back. That's 80% of the offensive play.
No, but we were talking about, is he physically able to run an RPO offense? That's what we were saying. I didn't say that he was running it. I'm saying he can do it.
He can't. No, okay, look, everyone can run, but the fact of the matter is, he's going to have to run the ball 10 to 12 times a game.
Okay, so we're saying that he can't.
He's not going to last the season doing that. He's not. He's not going to make it through the season getting tackled 15 to 20 times a game, on top of him possibly getting sacked 5 or 6 times.
So how many quarterbacks in the NFL right now can run RPO? That can do it. Who would you name that can do it?
2, Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson.
And that's it.
Off the top of the head, I can think about.
Would you let Jayden Daniels?
Kyler Murray.
Little ass Kyle Murray. So you're not worried about him in the stature running an RPO, but you're worried about a 35-year-old man that's 6'2", 220.
No, it don't work.
You said he wasn't going to last.
He's not going to last because he's not as elusive as fast as Lamar Jackson to get out of getting hit, and he's not as strong as Jalen Hurts to take the beating of getting hit.
He's more durable than a Jayden Daniels and a Kyler Murray. Jayden Daniels was 210 fucking pounds wet.
I give you Kyler Murray. I don't know about Jayden Daniels.
I'm telling you what Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels is exactly the same size and weight as AOC.
Yeah, he's
too thin to win and too light to fight. And then we look at little Kyler Murray, who's like, what is he, 5'9"?
No, I said he's more durable than Kyler Murray. That's not even in question.
But you
That's
said he
not
can
in
run
question.
the RPO, and if he can run the RPO, then that's telling me that you think he's durable enough to do it.
He's not durable to finish the season.
Then he shouldn't do it. Then Kyler Murray should never do an RPO. Then,
But the problem is he's in that type of offense.
but if he
That's
can
the
do it,
offense.
and that's one
That's
thing.
the offense he brought.
If Kyler Murray can do it, why can't Geno Smith?
Kyler Murray doesn't survive. He gets hurt.
But Geno Smith don't get it. What's the worst injury Geno Smith had besides a toothache?
What? I think a torn knee or something.
Gonorrhea or something when he was a rookie. Oh no, getting his jaw broke for you not paying back a motherfucker on a bet with the Jets. That's the worst injury he ever had off the field. No ACLs, no meniscus, no MCL, no ICLs, no Achilles. None of that shit that can drop you way down in your career at that age has he ever experienced. Knock on wood. I don't wish that he do, but I'm just saying. So besides gonorrhea and a broke jaw, that's the worst he done ever had in the NFL.
No, he tore his ACL.
Did he?
Yes.
When did he tear his ACL?
2016.
I bet you it wasn't when he ran an RPO.
Blew his knee out. Blew his knee out in the second quarter in week 7, running the ball.
Oh, I ain't worried about the knees no more. Achilles is what worried me.
Then he suffered another patella injury against the Raiders in the preseason in 2019. Yeah.
Was it the patella tendon or the patella itself, the kneecap?
Knee patella strain.
Okay, it's just a strain. Kind of like when AOC had a bone bruise and got airlifted off the field.
I ain't talking about somebody's toughness. I'm just saying, like.
Oh, okay. But I'm just saying, though, these are injuries in football that you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he had a knee strain last year.
Knee strain?
Yeah, last year against the Packers. Yeah, in week 15 last year.
He had 2 strains, and he had was it a torn ACL?
Well, I'm just talking about ones that like made him miss game. Like he didn't. Let's see. Yeah, the ACL he missed 9 games. In 2023, he missed 2 games because of his groin.
So obviously it wasn't nothing severe if it was only 9 and 2 games in a 16, 17 game season.
Well, no, the season ended. He was placed on IR in 2016.
Oh, okay, it ended. Okay, so he played the first part.
ACL, you're not playing like until next year.
No. The only person I seen that was miraculous with an ACL was fucking I'm gonna tell you because he came back for the Super Bowl was Terrell Owens with Philadelphia.
Oh, he had a broken ankle.
With McNabb. No, I thought it was a knee.
No, broken leg, or it was a broken like fractured leg. He had a broken bone in his leg. That's how he was able to come back. It was his ankle. I mean, outside the knee in pros, I think he had another one.
It was a fractured fibula.
Yeah.
Oh, and it said and a torn ligament in his ankle.
Yeah, it was an ankle and what's called.
I remember when he came back and McNabb was throwing up. Remember when McNabb threw up on was he had a hangover?
Nah, just nerves.
Damn, that's crazy.
Like I'll say, Geno Smith is definitely a serviceable quarterback, and I'd put him on the tier where he can, similar to Derek Carr, but kind of below Derek Carr, where he can lead a team to a Super Bowl. But you need pieces around. I think Derek Carr is a way better thrower than Geno. I know Geno is a way better athlete than Derek. But I think they both can, if you give them the necessary pieces to be successful, then yeah, they're a successful quarterback. But you got to give them the pieces.
That's what exactly. That's what anybody.
But he doesn't have the pieces, though, is what I'm saying.
But he has some of the pieces.
We're doing the same shit we did with Derek.
No.
Derek was amazing, could get the ball to people. But then we're not going to win games with bullshit mediocre talent.
we're talking about Derek Carr having people like a Crabtree and a Amari Cooper that
Who
both had
is
1,000.
fucking Crabtree? You're fucking
Bruh.
eight. He was out of the league in 2 years.
That's the best he
No.
had. But those two wide receivers that both had 1,000 yards each in the same season.
He battle fed Amari Cooper out the fucking room. He was born into the league with us.
But
And
wasn't
was
that?
gone in 2 years.
But at the same time, we won 12 games that year.
So what?
So
It didn't.
but we didn't have weapons. He said there wasn't no weapons. There was weapons.
No, he came out of college. You didn't know what the fuck you had. He was a college player that came that produced because you had a quarterback who was above normal. He could do that with it. Derek Carr was making fucking Darren Waller look like a fucking Hall of Famer.
Because everybody know if Derek Carr wouldn't have never broke his leg, what you think we would have did that year?
Super Bowl.
with what? We didn't have weapons though.
Okay, yes, and sometimes teams gel at the right moment. They were gelling, but the problem is, okay, cool. When he went down, you saw what the fuck we had.
Exactly. It was to me. We didn't have a quarterback after that.
It's very similar to what. And now people gonna kill me.
No,
it's similar. It was similar to what Kansas City was doing, but Kansas City had a way better staff.
I thought you were gonna say it was
Patrick Mahomes. What Patrick Mahomes does, what Patrick Mahomes does with mediocre guys.
I believe
Derek Carr was doing that.
But that's what great quarterbacks do. They make
you make bums look fucking good.
Exactly, and Carr did that because who else was the wide receiver we had with Carr that went off and got that big payday with Jacksonville?
That came the one who caught the touchdown pass, Zay Jones.
Yeah, he made him look. He went to Jacksonville. No. What did he do?
My point exactly. We lost to that AFC representative on 20 yards, and you know the offense we took in. We had Zay Jones, Brandon Edwards, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller. Only one is still in the NFL.
Now look at this. You talked about when we had Amari Cooper. He just came out of college, right?
He was unproven.
But yet Carr made him look good, right?
Yeah, but it's still unproven though, Lou.
So what is the thing with DK Metcalf when Geno Smith was a starter when DK Metcalf come into the league?
DK Metcalf was just hype. Unproven. He was unproven. Yeah, he was unproven. The difference is they kept and re-signed DK Metcalf. We traded our guy to the fucking Dallas Cowboys.
And then you had Lockett, who had 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
But that's the difference. They kept the people they drafted. We don't.
Well, yeah.
So the talent that you develop, you let go and freaking flourish somewhere else. And he didn't flourish nowhere else. But you bring in bums who look good here because you have a guy that makes them look great. But then you see how average they are elsewhere. You have guys that literally are not in the NFL that were taken to the playoffs and were 20 yards away from winning the game. And then you want to sit here and say we're trying to compete. Yet you got guys that literally are on the street right now looking for jobs. And we're doing the same shit. Like you guys are not seeing it.
Nah.
It's literally a repeat of what we did with Derek Carr. You know what? Gino was doing this with these guys. Let's see what we can do. We can get them a couple guys, get them a couple pieces. No, I want a fucking couple pieces. I want some good fucking pieces.
No, they're going to draft that shit. I guarantee you. They're going to draft the pieces. That's how they do it. You're supposed to build your team through the draft, not through free agency. You don't do that.
Yeah, but if you're building through the draft, that's a 3 to 4 year process.
Okay.
You just said they're trying to win now.
They're trying to win now. Don't mean that they're going to go out there and win 12 games, but they're going to try to win now. You said the perfect word. You said that they're trying to be competitive. That's trying to win.
Fuck no, it's not. Trying to win is building a roster that gets you Super Bowl. Not gets you to sell some fucking tickets to win 7 to 8, 9, 10 games and be possibly playoff bound team.
Well, if they're not trying to win, then why not let AOC start and keep Geno in Seattle so you can keep your draft pick and keep the money? Why not do that? Why not trade Max Crosby for 2 or 3 first-round picks then? Like we did with Khalil Mack.
You want to know? That's what we did. What the answer? You want the answer?
Yeah, I want the answer.
We need money. We need people to come and need seats. These fans, no, they don't. Not. Imagine how much more money they have if they had a fan base that was supporting this team.
So you saying that do you think the team is just in it for the money or they in it for winning?
Yeah, it's financial right now. They're not trying to win.
But winning is financial.
What team that you could sit here and say this staff has put a roster that can win? How long has it been
about winning no Super Bowl? But you're going to try to. Every team's objective is to try to get there and win a Super
Bowl. What comes with trying? Actually putting out a roster effort. What have you seen from our staff that's been effort in developing, building, and just what effort have you seen from this staff in producing a roster that possibly can contend for playoffs?
So you don't think this roster can contend?
Fuck no.
And knowing that we put like 5 of the teams that draft above us is on the fucking schedule.
That has nothing to do with us.
It means that they're drafting rookie quarterbacks. We're going to have to play a rookie quarterback.
How does that help us develop a roster?
Because we're talking about winning and competing to win to get there. We got winnable games. You're playing Indianapolis. You're playing the Chicago Bears. You're playing New England Patriots. You're playing the Cleveland Browns. You're playing Jacksonville. All these teams that pick above us because they're worse than we are on our schedule. Not to mention Denver, by the skin of their teeth, they got us. Yeah, we didn't do shit last year. We didn't have a fucking quarterback.
They didn't get by them on the skin of our teeth.
Come on, bro. They didn't beat our ass. And then we had motherfucking Kansas City, and we fumbled the fucking field goal snap to win that game. And they only beat us by 1 score the first time we met. And that's the Super Bowl going back to repeating Super Bowl champions that end up getting their ass whooped in the Super Bowl. But we did that to them.
Did we play up or they play down? Be honest. Did we play up or did they play down?
We can ask them the same question. Did they play up?
What did they do the very next week, though?
We played up, right? We played up.
No, they played down to us because we're fucking bums. That's the problem. Like you think because we kept it close that we played. No, they played down.
No, it's the fact that they're in our division and we know them better than any other team.
Yeah.
Because it's not the first year we did that. We beat them last year. We beat them the year before that.
We beat them when they had no players.
We don't have players, you said.
They had injuries.
We had injuries.
They had a third string running back.
We had a motherfucking backup quarterback and a third string quarterback.
They had 2 guys off the street starting at wide receiver. He had no protection.
Who's our wide receiver? Who's our starting wide receiver after Devontae left?
The guy with Jacoby Myers. We still had outside of 1 player that was a starter. All of the other guys are starting from week 1.
Who was the number 2 wide receiver? Matter of fact, what did our run game look like? We were last in the league in rushing. Let's continue on.
What does it have to do with anything about you still having your starters?
You're giving excuses.
No, you're saying that we were last in the league. It doesn't matter that.
I'm answering your question. You said I'm giving you the same thing that you said Kansas City suffered from losing to us is the same reason why we won, and we were in the same predicament. Same predicament. Ain't nothing different. Ain't nothing different. We lost Epps. Epps was gone. Who else we leave? Christian Wilkins, our big free agent signing, he was gone. Who else was hurt? Jacorian Bennett, starting corner, he was gone.
That was the only guy that was worth starting. Like the other guys were not playing top tier level.
He was starting.
I'm sorry.
We lost Diablo, and then we lost. Who else was Diablo? Who's often injured? Hobbs, Nate Hobbs is often injured. He was gone.
He played. He played in the game.
He didn't play the whole season.
No, he played in the Kansas City game.
He be hurt every year. That's his knock on him. He's injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
He can't stay healthy.
That's why I was glad he took off.
Man.
I like it because you're gonna see how good you're gonna see how good Moran gonna be. Because you can't say he's bad if he's gonna go to possibly the best secondary to get in the league. Watch how good he's gonna be.
If you can't run the ball, if you can't run the ball, what's gonna happen to your offense? You gonna score points without running?
The problem is everybody can run on us.
No, I'm not saying against our defense. I'm saying our offense couldn't run the ball. Period.
Our offense couldn't. Because they sucked.
You was splitting time with two different fucking quarterbacks that ain't gonna be a starter nowhere in the league.
Well, that's your fault for bringing in a backup. You brought in a backup to contend with a backup. I said that at the beginning of the season.
But it is what it is, though. I'm not.
But people are saying Gardner Minshew was a better quarterback than the guy we had the year before. Gardner Minshew is probably not a better quarterback than Jimmy G if they're both healthy.
And look, Jimmy G finds a job as a backup in what, LA?
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. When have we put a roster out that was actually able to contend for playoffs?
And that's what I'm saying. Even with the roster that we did have, we still was competing against Kansas City, who made it.
Because they played down and look.
Why you keep saying they played down? They know who they facing. They play us twice a year, every fucking year. How's that playing down? Oh, we playing the Raiders. We ain't even got to try hard.
Yeah.
You lost 2 years. 2 years in a row. We got an L on you. We got you on Christmas Day. We got an L on you.
I'm trying to see.
John Gruden said lap the stadium one time. We got an L on you. Last year we would have had an L on you when we fumbled the snap on the fucking field goal that would have won the game with no time left. We had an L on them.
So were the Niners a better team than us last year?
Yes. Look at their roster. Look at the talent pool. They let a lot of motherfuckers go this year, but last year, look at them.
Well, Kansas City beat them the week before. Kansas City beat them by double digits.
But hold on, last year, this past season, look at the injuries the Niners took too. What happened to McCaffrey? Where was Debo? They were all hurt. And you got a little scrubby ass seventh round pick thinking he's gonna be the next Montana, knowing that he looks good because of everything around him. He had a bomb ass defense.
Yeah, so even with the injuries, they were still a better team than us.
Yeah, they were better than us.
And Kansas City beat them by double digits before they played us the week before.
Who, Kansas City beat them by double digits?
Yes. So then they put 30 up on the Buccaneers.
And they couldn't do that again. And Kansas City couldn't do that against us because we know them. That's our people. We face them twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we're strangers. I don't know what to expect. I know what to expect because we beat your ass with the same shit you had last year.
I mean, there's a familiarity. I give you that. But the thing is that they play down to us. I would say the one time that. Yeah, I'll have to watch the game again. I could be wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you, but majority of the time, I think the Kansas City. It wasn't. We had times when we looked good, but majority of the game is them making mistakes, not us making them make mistakes. From what I was seeing.
So that Jack Jones interception for 6 on Christmas, that was them making a mistake or us making them make a mistake?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes making a dumb pass.
Shit,
and Jack Jones capitalized it.
Jack Jones knew what that play was going to be because it was the same shit that happened against the Chargers, and he did the same
thing. And where's Jack Jones now?
Oh, he's gone because that's not going to be this guy.
So clearly he wasn't that guy. No, clearly he wasn't really hit. No, because if you're the guy that you make a play, you don't just get cut.
No, he was Antonio Pierce's guy. Where's Antonio Pierce?
It don't matter if you're an Antonio Pierce guy. If you're an NFL guy, you're an NFL guy. Come on, man. Stop.
You know they're going to bring in the people they want. You know what kind of secondary Pete Carroll wants. He wants 6'2", 6'3" cats. He want man-to-man coverage guys. You're gonna run a cover 3. You got to have the guys to fit that shit.
We have to have the guys that fit that. In our current roster now,
This is what I'm gonna say about Jack Jones. You know why Jack Jones is gone? He had 3 career statistics this year. Facts. But let me tell you the statistics he didn't have. He gave up almost 700 fucking yards last season, and he gave up 9 touchdowns. Tell me, do you make the team after doing that shit? 7 football fields is what he gave up in coverage. Just by this last season by itself, and 9 touchdowns. How can you win if you giving up that kind of stats?
Hold on, Twan. Didn't I say he was a worse corner than the rookie last year? But everyone was like I was bugging. Remember when I was telling people that Jack Jones can't cover? I mean, I said that before the season started last year. No, wait. No. I said this after he got the interception on Patrick Mahomes. Right. I said he's not a good cover corner, but he's just the best that we have.
He's not a good what? Cover
corner,
right?
I said he's not the best cover corner we had, but he was the best corner on our team to start. But I don't think he was that good of a corner like everyone was saying he was after his first season with us. I didn't think he was that good.
I give you that.
But what I said was, if we put him in situations, he's a great anticipator, which is how he got his pick against Patrick Mahomes because he wasn't scared about some bum off the street beating him down the field. He can bump him and play him man to man, and Patrick Mahomes tried to throw it out, and he read that shit because he knew that guy couldn't beat him down the field because he was a bum.
And isn't that the same instincts that burnt his ass too when they faked his ass and made him jump and then threw a touchdown over?
Yes, because
that's one of the 9 touchdowns.
Hold on, wait. Hold on.
That's part of the 698 yards he gave up.
Absolutely. And you know what? I like a guy who has that attitude. But you have to, if you get a defensive line that gets pressure, that's an interception with that anticipation that he has.
Just like anything in life.
But but I'm saying there's supportive pieces. He's a supportive guy. If you get him around the right team, that him getting beat doesn't happen. Yes. He doesn't get beat for 700 yards and 9 touchdowns.
The right team and the right scheme.
But I say he is. I think he still would have been with the right team. But with the team that we had last year with injuries,
you look worse than what you are.
When he first came in. When our D line actually was putting pressure and giving pressure, that's when he was going off.
Yeah, I still think didn't he lead the team in deflections and pass breakups?
No, that would be what did he have in pass breakups? It might have been.
I know. I think he was leading the pass breakups.
That was one of his career's highs this year. Was what he had 16.
He had a few. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was not looking at our team to look at the stats because I knew it was just going to upset me.
And he had career high in tackles as well.
Yeah, but because they were throwing at him, I'm like Bennett is our number 1 corner. I said that as a rookie. I seen it from day one. Oh, he's number 1.
Who?
Bennett.
Exactly.
I've said that from day one when he got drafted. I was like, okay, we might have our number 1. But he still needs work and he needs development. And I'll be honest with you, he's not getting it under Patrick Grant. Jack Jones wasn't getting the development, which is why he kept falling for the same bullshit trick on the double move.
Yeah,
because he didn't have the patience. You know, it's great. I think he would definitely fit at the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
If he was with the Eagles.
Oh yeah, anybody.
I'm just saying for his skill set. He's going, Minnesota, teams like that. He's gonna get it. He's gonna go somewhere. But my issue is we have players that we can build upon on both sides of the field. We have guys that we can build around. If we put supporting pieces, they will look phenomenal. They're Pro Bowlers. Like Max Crosby, if Max Crosby doesn't get help this year, he probably won't make the Pro Bowl. He won't make the Pro Bowl.
I believe that 100%. I believe
that. But here's the thing. If we would have picked up Myles Garrett, he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, that's hands down. First ballot.
But that's the problem. So you have a guy who has Hall of Fame skill set. You got Brock Bauer. Michael Mayer is has Hall of Fame talent. We have this is why I'm getting frustrated. I'm gonna make a show about this. We have such an opportunity with our tight end room right now. We have the best tight end room in the league right now. I'm saying it right now.
Right now,
With Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers, we have the best tight end room.
yes.
So that means, and we have two tight ends that can run, that are phenomenal at running routes, which means we have a matchup nightmare. So imagine this is why I want to get the kid from U of A, Arizona. He's 6'4".
Yep.
Michael Mayer, but he's 6'4", 215, 220, you know what I'm saying? But runs a 4.4. You got Michael Mayer. He's 6'4", 6'5", around 245, 255. Can't no safety stay with him, and can't no linebacker run with him. Brock Bauer, 6'5", 6'6". That's three. Run trips right. Tight trips. That's a matchup nightmare right there.
I'm knowing.
Geno Smith can do amazing things with that. Now, if you bring in that kid, I don't care if you bring in Tyler Lockett. Now we have an offense with weapons. Now that's going to open. And if you do what Chip Kelly does, this is another thing why I don't like Chip Kelly. He's not good with tight ends. His offense is no, it's not. It's not. He doesn't do good with tight ends. He does good with the tweener guys, but pure tight ends, he doesn't run an offense that benefits them. It's a spread. It's a guy stand up. He doesn't have people who put their finger in the mud. He doesn't do that. So this is why they're trying to talk about let's trade Michael Mayer. What the fuck are you doing? Trade Michael Mayer?
No. I heard that Chip Kelly, the one that went to him and told him do not trade him.
Chip Kelly's a fucking idiot.
Shit,
he did not say that.
Yes, that's facts.
No, Chip Kelly's an idiot. This was the reason why he got his ass ran the fuck up out of Philly. And he got ran the fuck up out of 49ers and had to run his ass back to fucking college.
Hey, Lane Kiffin there too.
Because he's stupid.
Okay. And so is Belichick.
No.
North Carolina.
Belichick has proven.
I'm just saying, bro.
Belichick proved his genius in the NFL at the highest level.
So you think his days in the NFL is done?
Well, pretty much ran his course. He's outdated now. He can't have the control like he used to. Not now. It's a different era of kids that are coming up now, and they don't. He does well with guys who have respect, but these kids aren't raised on respect.
Then why did he go to North Carolina then messing with kids?
Because you could be a dictator and they have to listen to you because they're in your program.
Yeah, you'll be in his program too.
So watch how successful they're going to be.
I want to see. I'm interested
in North Carolina's going to be successful. They're going to be very successful.
I want to see that. I'm keeping my eye on Colorado.
The former coach from Texas was very successful. Matt Brown. Matt Brown was in UNC doing good.
You know what? Michael Vick got he's head coaching in Virginia, not Virginia, but at Norfolk.
Norfolk College, his HBCU, right?
Yeah, he's starting. He's the head coach there now.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see that shit.
We'll see. Not everybody can coach.
Nope.
I know Eddie George just got a new gig. He was at some. Yeah. I don't think he's at HBCU anymore.
Oh, fucking Eddie George, man.
No, but it's just like you said, it is a waiting game. But my thing is like this: is that these moves look good on paper, but they're not lining up when you start actually looking at the player's skill set and what they're good at. And how they were good and how they were successful, what they were successful with, they don't coincide with each other. A lot of these pieces, they don't mesh. It's like okay, yeah, I have this piece. I'm trying to force this puzzle piece into something that looks like it can fit, but it's not the right piece. It's a okay piece. It could be a decent piece, but it's not the piece here. And that's what they're doing. But the problem is when you do that, you can't finish the puzzle. You're not going to complete the job. Like you, come on. Like you're telling me, like, cool, we're in win now. Cool, can we get guys that win now? If you're in win now, you don't let Stephon Diggs go sign. That's the number one wide receiver. That was going to give you a good price. That wasn't charging an arm and a leg. You needed a number one wide receiver with star caliber play. You go get him. You don't sit here and say, I'm going to go to the draft. No, you don't get he's a proven product.
Yeah, but if they grab somebody like McMillan.
Shit, you don't get DeAndre Hopkins or somebody.
I'd rather get a McMillan in. Fuck it. Get your own Diggs.
But then you're doing it wrong is what I'm saying. Because you're not.
You would take McMillan at 6. How's that wrong?
Because he's for the future, not for right now.
No, if he's starting, he's for right now.
No, he's not ready to win.
Okay.
He needs time to develop. He needs time to learn the league, to understand the difference in speed. So, hey, that shit that you were doing in college, looking at film, man, you better look at film right here. You getting paid out here. Hey, dog. My kids eat because you catch the damn ball. You ain't catching the ball, but punch you dead in your shit. There ain't no NIL money up here, bro.
Yeah.
You doing that shit gonna make me a free agent. And on my way out of here, I'm gonna punch you dead in your shit. You ain't gonna be able to play next season missing some teeth.
He just gonna get a gold mouthpiece.
Nah, you gonna be eating oatmeal. But that's the difference. That's the difference which is why I'm not worried about certain things, because that shit ain't gonna fly in the pro locker room when guys got kids and mouths to feed and family depending on him.
I'm already knowing.
So I'm not worried about that little bullshit that they're saying about that. I'm not worried about what they're saying with Shador. Man, keep talking that shit about him. Yeah, keep coming. Yeah. Keep coming. Hey, I'm gonna do just like, come on.
He's the right dude for it too, though. You know, his daddy got him on point. His dad got him on point with that shit.
No, not his dad got him on point. He's been a loser his whole life. He know how to lose. He understand. He understand it's gonna take time to turn this around. This ain't something that's gonna change in one day. It's not. He has the mental capacity to know, you know what? I understand. I'm gonna take some bruises. I'm gonna get beat up. It's gonna be a long road to change this around. But once I turn it around, I'm still here to be great. My mentor is the greatest of all time, and I'm still saying I want to be better than him.
See, and this is why I say that they are trying to win now, because even if they understand that it's gonna take more than a year, that does not give you the right to go out there and give a half-ass effort, because you know, okay, we're not going to win this year, so we're going to wait till next year. You're not going to give half-ass effort. You're going to give your all. And if you're giving your all, you're trying to win. You think Max Crosby going to take off plays if they know, okay, well, we're not going to do nothing this year. Next year's supposed to be it, so I'm just going to half-ass go after the quarterback. You don't know that. You don't know what half-ass is. That's what I'm saying. You trying to win.
He half-assed last year. At the end of the season, he was.
He was.
At the end of the season, he was half-assed.
He was hurt.
Hey, I'm sorry.
You had to go
I've seen Max had the same injury years prior, still play different.
Did he get surgery?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
At the end of the season?
On his knee?
Shoulder?
This wasn't his knee, though.
Hey, injury is injury. Surgery is surgery.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It don't matter if it's a surgery on your knee. No, he still had a leg injury.
That's just like Colton Miller last year when he coming off a shoulder injury, and then he started doing better.
He played through it and got paid.
Yeah, but man, you ain't gonna try to half-ass do it.
Hey, well, you already got your guaranteed money. I don't give a shit.
If you try to draft players that's built in the mold of Max Crosby, you are not drafting players to come out and give half-ass effort like Amari Cooper did.
They looked into Max Crosby. We picked him.
But that's the kind of model. That's the model you want to model your players after.
No. When did we pick him?
4th round.
Okay, so that means he wasn't high on our list. He was just a guy that was on the list.
But yet, look what he became to be, though.
Nigga, they jumped up to get Alex Leatherwood.
Exactly. Look what he came out to be.
Okay, then so that means that their evaluation is there's something wrong. There's something missing.
Well, that's a whole nother regime. But if Leatherwood had the same mentality as a Max Crosby, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
But that's the person. That has nothing. That's all mentality of the man, not the team. You can't develop effort.
That's the type of players you're going after, though. It gives you a better chance of being successful if you get players with that mentality. Just imagine if give you an example. With the God-given talents that Jamarcus Russell had, just imagine if he would have had the mentality of a Tom Brady to bust his ass and work hard. What would he have been?
He had the mentality because of how talented he was. That's the problem.
That nigga never had that mentality.
It's a double-edged sword. It's a gift and a curse.
He never had the mentality. Once he got the money, he felt like he made it.
No, that's what I'm saying, Loon. Because he was so talented, that's how he had the mentality of being that way. Now, I'm that good. I don't need to really have to care about anything because I'm just that much better than everybody.
That's what I'm saying. That's the bad thing. If you would have had that mentality, you would most likely be successful with a Jamarcus Russell with that mentality.
Yeah, but then that means you're always drafting an underdog because Max was an underdog his whole career.
But then you got players that weren't underdogs that were drafted high. Jaden Daniels wasn't an underdog. Look what he did in his rookie year. He put the work and effort in it. You got to draft those type of players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. You got to have a better front office and scouts to be able to observe and understand where are these guys at.
Yeah, you can have the guy, but you still have to be able to coach him.
That too.
And that's the problem. We don't have good coaches. We don't have good player development. We don't have good player personnel. You can't say anything. No, what players have we? Because I could just easily say, what players have we developed? Because guess what? The player development staff has been the same staff for the last 5, 6, 7 years.
No, they gone.
No, they're not.
Who?
I can't say their name right now.
Is it her?
She's the public relations, but I can't say their names right now.
From UNLV.
I can't say it. I'm unable to say their name right now. But he's a fat black dude. I can say that.
That he's okay. We ain't gonna even go. I ain't even gonna ask that shit. That's who you was referring to earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know. I still don't know who it is, but.
Are you on the roster on the staff? Still a Raider staff.
Is he a coach?
Player development.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to do some research. What do you say? You said some stupid shit.
He doesn't like the way I talk about
the team.
Them
players or others,
their program.
Oh, at the
Raiders? Development.
Oh,
the way they track development and how they do development. I was very negative attacking and
you ain't got to go into it, bro.
Chastising and what's the word?
Belittling them.
Detrimental to the team.
Oh,
in a ways.
Come on now, you can't be detrimental to the team.
That doesn't pay me.
You know how many motherfucking fans it would be detrimental to the team, but with all the shit they say,
the whole fan base. No, well, see, that's the thing. No, that's the thing. Only one was pointing out what the obvious was because they seen it. Yeah. None of the other fan base was talking about, well, why are these players not developing? I mean, well, there's only one correlation. How come we constantly draft rookies and the rookies can't develop? They haven't progressed or gotten any better than they had when they were at college.
Oh wait.
Who handles rookies? Who manages the rookies? Who's doing the video? Who's doing the videography for them? Who's getting the tape?
Asking all the right questions, but to the wrong person.
Just gonna say, you
gonna hurt feelings.
There's been somebody running that department for quite some time. Well, two people. You know, there's a fat black guy. There's a Caucasian guy. A Caucasian guy who I wasn't even talking about, but I didn't even realize how important you were to that guy. But yeah, I'm being cordial. You know what I'm saying? I'm not slandering somebody's name or bitter or upset because they're in a position that I'm not.
Or calling them a PDF file.
Oh no, I'm not. I didn't do that. No, I'm not doing that.
Shout out to Drake.
I will say that they don't know how to properly send a PDF file of someone's player of videos of skill set or play or like proper progression. I mean, they're not breaking down film.
Yeah,
they're not sending the right information to the iPad.
Wow.
Like, man, like you could, like they have an iPad that they could send everything directly to the player. Like you can watch, like, where's my iPad at? I have an iPad where all the information's on there. They don't have playbooks anymore. They have an iPad.
I know. It ain't like when I was in high school.
It's like there's no paperwork in this. It's very simple, very easy. It's all digital.
Yeah. I
see the same play you see. I'm watching this guy run the route. I'm watching these guys have tails in their route. Whether the 8 comeback, but they're dropping their hand behind them, giving the route fucking away. Like when we thinking it's a bad pass by the quarterback, no, the fucking receiver has a tail on his route, which is why the fucking corner jumps. Yet this wide receiver coach is still telling this guy to run the fucking route this way. Like, you know, man, like when you get around good coaches or good trainers, and you see the way they're coaching people, and you see how they're correcting mistakes or correcting errors, you start to notice it when you have a favorite team and you're watching those players. You can see. I remember when that kid made a mistake. I remember when Pratt was coaching up Deshaun Jackson and saying, "Hey, you got to tell in your route how you're running the ball when you're on your comeback." Hold up, wait a minute. Pull something out. Can you, you know? Yep. Like it's just little simple things, man. And when you see that they're not coaching, and you got guys, different men, different body shapes, different body sizes. You got short guys who are speedy guys running the same type of routes that the tall, lanky guy, possession receiver runs. Mm-hmm. Yet they're running it the same way? How?
Like having a 5'10" receiver go get a 50-50 ball.
Why did my 5'10" receiver run routes like he's a 6'4" guy, and vice versa? He's a speedy guy.
Man.
What are we doing?
That's the shit that irritate me. When you refuse to bend and want that player, no, you're gonna do what this offense needs. You know what I mean? Rather than what your strengths are. I'm not gonna put you in a position to fail.
You know, like, I mean, you have guys that can cause mismatches, yet they can't get open. Like he has one route he can get open.
Wow.
Like Tucker or Dre, like they just run, yeah. just run a 9. That's the only route that they know how to run. They can get open.
Run a 9 touchdown.
That's the only route that they can get open on.
Man,
you're telling me so this guy don't know how to run a slant? Don't have a post? He doesn't have a double move? He doesn't have an up, out, and go?
Yeah.
Like those are the easiest routes to run when you got speed.
They just think you just blow by him. Go blow by.
Oh, wait. Here's another one. Let's put him in motion so he can't get bumped off the line. Oh, shit. Damn, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's like, it's too easy. It's too simple to, like, just think creatively. And then we brought in a creative guy who could possibly do some things. But the problem is that he doesn't fit his offense to the team. The team has to fit themselves into his offense. That right there is going to cause turmoil. That right there is going to bump heads.
See, that's why I'm gonna wait. I'm on a wait and see mode, man. I'm not gonna
Man, fuck this wait and see mode. I already see what the shit's gonna be.
show me what you gonna do.
Like this is the thing. I'm getting out my frustrations now before the season starts. That's what I'm doing. So when all you guys are upset, pissed off, throwing shit, I done threw all my stuff right now. You see, I done got it out the way. I'm going to enjoy the game. I'm be like, you know what? I'm a fan. I ain't even got a fan out. All right, like there's no optimism with me here. There's no optimism here, man. I'm trying. I don't want a BS team. I don't want a Dallas Cowboy type of team. I don't want a team that's just built to get to the playoffs and that's it.
And that's it. And get put out in the first round.
I'm not here for that.
Wow.
And everyone's gonna say, "Bro, no, I ain't gotta start nowhere." No, bro. If we're gonna start somewhere, then we're gonna do the shit right. Drop the shit all the way down like to the freaking foundation. Or if you're going to build a win now team, motherfucker, spend that money. You trying to be? You just said how much money we got left to spend, and we ain't spent it on no.
I think 50 mil. I think they said.
Cool. They're not giving it to. They're not going to give that to the draft. We're not giving that to the.
I'm fucking with you.
They're not going to give that to the kids they draft. So where the rest of that money going to go?
That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if they have something up their sleeve.
Because all the free agents that can help you win now are already signed.
It's got to be like a trade or something, unless you're going to wait till June 1st or roster cut downs.
If that was the case, then you should have signed freaking Miles Garrett. Where you had all the money?
Yeah.
If you really trying to get me to buy a jersey, Miles Garrett would have been a jersey I would have bought.
Boy, that would have been crazy. Him and Max Crosby, though.
Think about it.
That would have shut shit down. I think the defense single-handedly will probably get us about 5 or 6 wins.
Man, imagine the PR you could have had with that. No, Batman, Robin, Fire and Ice. You could have had freaking Incredibles, you know.
Freaking frack, no.
You know, like what's the dude like the Incredible? You know, what's the Samuel Jackson guy? You could have had that.
Oh yeah,
man, you could have did so much with that marketing. Oh my god! Like that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no thinking behind the process. There's no thought behind the process. Like, what are they thinking about? What do they think? Like I'm sorry, but this fan base is stupid. Yeah, like we really think they're doing something. You signed Pete Carroll to a 3-year deal. Well, this is going to be a 4-year, 5-year job.
There's a 4th-year team option.
He ain't signing that fucking option.
I don't. It's not his. We'll see.
You know why? Because they didn't give it to Geno Smith. How many years did they extend him? You know,
3.
2-year extension, right?
It's a 3-year extension, but they can be done with them after 2 and not have no guaranteed money.
Cool. So it's a 2-year extension because they're not trying to give no money. Because if it was trying to give money, we would have gave them money.
Yeah,
we had the money.
If he does something miraculous and get us to like the AFC Championship or some shit like that, you guarantee he's gonna get another contract. He's gonna get another one.
Okay, I'll give you that. But you know why it's only 2? Because Pete's only here for 3. That lines him up for 3. So that already tells you he ain't here for the long haul.
Nah, Pete. Well, I think Pete is just a wait and see because you know he is up there in age, and they want to see probably how his functions are by the time 3-4 years pass.
I'm saying we're doing the same shit we did with Jammers when we brought that bum ass corner in, man. We giving these old ass motherfuckers their last contract.
Oh my god. We
get Pete Carroll his last contract the same way we give all these fucking old ass players their last damn contract, and they cash out.
Yeah.
Same thing we're doing with freaking Chip Kelly. This nigga about to cash out. $6 million as an OC?
$6 million.
But you don't want to give it to the dude who actually proved that he's actually an offensive coordinator in the freaking pros? I'm just saying, you have to make it make sense. We could have gave an extra $2 million and got the guy who went to Chicago.
Guess he had us toe up, man.
So it's like the moves don't make sense for when people say, "Oh, we're gonna win now." Cool, I can see it win now if the money matches up and lines up with the decision making. I see it.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense either way. Even if I'm saying this is a rebuild, how the fuck are we rebuilding if we sign in freaking Geno Smith when we know we got 2 quarterbacks we can trade up? Cool. You know what? Unless we sign him for 2 years and we trade Geno Smith to freaking Tennessee or we trade Geno Smith to what's it called? I know if we trade anything with Cleveland, we gotta take Watson. You know what that motherfucking contract?
not the serial jack off artist. I think Dak could be on the move.
If anyone talks about Dak after I was talking about him for 2 years and got my ass kicked for saying that, I wanted Dak 2 years ago.
Who would you think would be one of the worst teams at dealing with quarterbacks as far as contracts, trading for?
Raiders?
Nah, I say Cleveland.
I mean, only Cleveland because of the contract they get to Watson, but who didn't work?
They didn't have patience with Mayfield.
I'm just saying these last couple of years, the Raiders, look what they've been doing, man.
Shit, I'm hearing Cleveland talk about trading for Dak Prescott.
Would be smart. You get a playoff caliber quarterback.
Who the fuck they gonna go to Cleveland with?
He don't need. He just want to get the fuck out of Dallas. He want to get the hell out of Dallas.
That'll be his exit for real.
He tired. He tired of wearing that damn star, man. CD Lamb ready to go too. You know he can't even do this no more.
I know. They got rid of that dumb. What the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers?
They found out what it really meant.
No. You know I don't think it was what they think it is.
Oh, it is.
There was an old show called Eastward Bound and Down about the baseball player, and every time he did like that, basically saying he's sniffing their mother's.
He said that he was sniffing cocaine. No, but it was he was sliding on somebody. You know what that means?
I'm knowing, but that shit was existing before that even came out to be that term.
Yeah, but the minute he was doing it was all different.
Remember, Crabtree was doing that when he was with us because of that show on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
The comedian actor dude name, but he played like an ex-baseball player that was trying to come out of retirement. And
so
he would strike motherfuckers out and he'll do that shit. That was a while ago before they started doing that shit.
I don't remember, but
Crabtree was saying that he was doing it for.
That's what he did.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
But I'm saying it's been that long that the fact that we had an old Michael Crabtree who's possibly the Raiders' best wide receiver in the last 2 decades is a problem for me.
Yeah.
It's a problem for me. We got a beat down, run down Michael. We didn't get Texas Tech Michael Crabtree.
No, I'm knowing.
That's the best wide receiver we've had in 20 years.
You would even say that was better than well, we ain't did shit with him, but Devontae Adams.
Yeah, we didn't keep Devontae Adams.
No, we didn't. But he was here though. But
for 1 year with Carr, and we didn't commit to it. We do the same shit that the Raiders do.
They keep trying to get that receiver because Antonio Brown. We didn't expect this motherfucker to. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm saying right now,
Antonio Brown was a fucking beast.
Yeah, we go to the Super Bowl with that team.
Man, but this
think about it. That's the year that we go to the playoffs, and you don't think Antonio Brown knows how to beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati?
Yeah, come on now, for real.
With that Carr, man, please get out of here.
If Carr was throwing to him to tie the game, you don't think he would have been able to beat the coverage?
Hunter Renfrow would have like 400 yards.
Bruh, don't even remind me. I'm telling you, man, it's just. We've been so snake bitten, bro. It's ridiculous. It's
not snake bitten. It's just you create your own luck, man. Like we made this bad. We made this bad. And I'm not letting y'all make my bed no more with this bullshit.
That's why I said I'm not gonna be. I'm not emotionally invested in that shit.
Yeah, you are. You lying. You invested. You
Show
goddamn
me.
invested.
No,
I see your little highlights in the morning.
no, I don't be invested like what you think. I'm not saying like as far as they're gonna go win 10 games. I'm not. I'm not doing none of that shit.
Oh, not anymore. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Exactly. I've done it in the past.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I've done it in the past. Get excited
Oh, no.
about shit, and it don't come. I'm like, fuck. You ain't gonna do this again. We just gonna show me what you trying to do. Show me what the game plan is. Who you gonna add? What kind of offense and defense are we trying to have? Show me if you can accomplish that, and can we win games? Show me.
It's
Twan, where you at, Twan? I know Twan coming back.
I gotta
get up and go get my son tomorrow.
I think we'll know better after the first go around. You know what I'm saying? We'll know we'll see what Spytek's vision is for the team with this first draft. You know what I'm saying, and how he moves from there. Pete Carroll, same thing. Everybody, because the only thing that we have that's constant is our special teams coach and our special teams and our defense coordinator.
I thought you were gonna say losing. That's our one constant is losing, bro, and making bad choices. So I said, I'm not fucking show me some.
We picked good on special team though.
Well, yeah. I mean, but I want to see what this is a new regime. This is a new, you know what I mean? How they gonna get down? Tom Brady get a vocal say in this shit. What he gonna say and what they gonna do? You know what I mean? Who they gonna draft? Are they gonna maneuver through the draft to make us be amazed? Like, these motherfuckers done traded and back and did this, and are they gonna work the draft like a mad scientist would? You know what I mean? Show me.
But okay, I can tell you right now, they're not trading back. They're not. I can guarantee you. I know who. I already know who the pick is. It's already been leaked. It's been leaked.
Everybody's saying this shit. I don't want to just.
Hold on. I told people months ago what it was. I told people what it was going to be. Now everyone's talking about it because they kind of, I can guess this. No, I told people what it was going to be. I literally said it.
But what happens? But what happens if the motherfucker go before we pick?
Then,
because all it takes is a team to draft wrong ahead of us.
He's not going to get picked before that. But if it happens to be that, then they're going to go with
or a trade up. Somebody trade with one of those teams ahead of us. No,
because if they trade up, then it changes.
They give up a king's ransom. They'll do it.
If it's not Gentry, then they draft a defensive kid.
You think that's why I said Graham? I don't
want him though.
I don't hearing everybody say Genty, bro. I hear that shit. I hear
they need. The only reason people say Gentry is because they just don't know anything else because they think Shador and Cam are going to be whatever. The kid from Notre Dame is getting a push. There's still another quarterback that people are trying to push up with Ewers. He's fucking trash.
And Ewers, they keep pushing Ewers out. And what's the other dude? What Tyler Shaw?
Milton from Alabama.
They keep. I be hearing the names. I'm knowing what they doing. Teams are trying to put some narratives out there.
Oh no, they just want people to jump and take the bait. But Gentry will be the guy because not because Pete Carroll, but Pete Carroll likes a running game.
Yeah.
And we need a bell cow running back. And Gentry is an all-purpose back. He will split time, and Zamir White will be a good short yardage running back, and he's going to benefit from having Chip Kelly as a running back coach.
Yeah,
Chip Kelly is really good at teaching his running backs. He's really, really good. And what Zamir White lacks right now is seeing the hole and trusting his eyes and trusting his vision. Chip Kelly is going to help him with that a lot because Zamir. Yeah.
Zamir White got eyes like a hammerhead shark.
No, he does. No, he just doesn't. He doesn't trust. I hope it's not true. He just doesn't trust what he sees.
Damn.
That's like it's like you don't trust what you see and you question it, which is why he gets tackled so easily. But he's the biggest back in the league, damn near muscle wise, outside of Henry.
Well, he better
you
start
trust-
brushing up. Because I
do
tell
you-
you what, that motherfucker better trust his eyes when it comes to trying to figure out what that motherfucking woman he met at the club identifies as.
Not anymore. He don't have to. Whatever she says she is, she could be.
Nigga, what's your pronoun? It?
All of it.
Man.
Anything you want. Like, you know?
I could be anything you want me to be.
What we saying, Twan?
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, do you trust that old line too? If you was a running back,
Oh man, that's a good question.
I don't think he should be able to say anything about an O line. When he had a good O line, he barely could see the hole.
Yeah,
It wasn't the O line; it was him.
yeah.
I mean, now to answer your question, not really, you know. But I mean, but the thing is, when he was in the game, he could have. Yeah,
I'll be back.
when he was in the game, he could have. There was opportunities for him to actually get yardage, and actually the hole was there. Or even if that hole wasn't there, the cutback was there. He just missed it, and that was his. It's just he has no confidence because the way he gets tackled shows you he doesn't have confidence in himself, and that right there is a problem for me. That he gets rattled easily. What was kind of similar to Derek Carr later in his life. He just got rattled. And his isn't off an injury. His is just off of just him not being able to play to his caliber, what he knows he can play at. That's what I know. Chip Kelly's going to excel at getting him right. Cool. Zamir's going to have a really, really good year. I know Zamir White's going to have a really good year. Chip Kelly does amazing jobs with running back. I don't want Gentry drafted at 6, but if I had to put money on it, I would say he would be our 6th pick. Now, if Shador or Cam is available, I think they'll deviate away from that and pick him up because it's going to financially money. 2, it's the way that we prepare for the league. We prepare going for our future. And you're committing to the development of your team. Because right now they're not committed to anything. I'm be honest, like they're just accumulating a roster that can play. They're just getting 53 guys.
And I think I think that might be it. They're just getting
anybody that sounds good that works.
Yeah, and then they'll figure out, okay, this is what we, you know what I'm saying? Then you can go to the next step and say, okay, now we got some people here. This is what we can do.
Oh yeah. Hey, we got the bodies. Now let's get the plan.
Yeah. Because I think the defense is going to be fine. I think there's enough people. There's enough people from the old Patrick Graham system that that I think the defense will still be there. But the offense is just we're gonna have to accumulate some talent there, and then Chip is just gonna have to figure out, okay, what's cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Help me out there because I need you to explain the defense to me because I've been gone for a minute. So I know the coaching staff is predominantly still there. There's been a few changes and alterations to it. But help me understand how the defense is going to be better than last year.
Who, me? Said how our defense is going to be this year?
No, Twan. Because what Twan was saying, I need a little bit of convincing because I don't see it. I could be missing it, which is why I'm like, yeah, talk to me. Because I'm not seeing it.
I'll start with obviously our strength of our defense is that, and that's going to be our D line. We're gonna have our starters, all of our starters are going to be back. That's Kuntz, that's Adam Butler, that's Christian Wilkins, that's what I'm saying. You can keep going down the list. Tyree is a sixth man coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? For our D line, and for until further notice, obviously there might be some guys in the draft that might make their say at whatever position, but our D line they've been running like that since Patrick Graham. Now our linebackers, I'm actually more optimistic about our linebackers because we actually have a guy named Devin White that's going to be in our linebacking group, and I think that's an upgrade to Diablo. And then Landon Roberts is supposed to be pretty much the Spillane 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Came from the same college. You know what I'm saying? Of NFL, Pittsburgh College, Steelers College. You know what I'm saying?
Linebacker,
linebacker. So,
Landon Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from.
He
Okay.
came from Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh. Okay.
Yeah,
You talking about?
I call it college, but that's where they got their NFL knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the Steelers. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, he went to Houston.
Yeah. So you got Atlanta Roberts. Now, the thing that about the linebackers for me is the guys behind that, they're not. I don't think they're completely ready yet. You know what I'm saying? You can throw a gainer out there every once in a while, maybe for a spill or two. Maybe we'll see what my dude from big linebacker white boy from the fifth round last year.
You talking about Brian
Eichenberg?
Eichenberg?
You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Tommy Eichenberg from Ohio State.
Yeah,
Tommy Eichenberg.
But, what he does in spill, but in its gist, we know that Patrick Graham likes to run just two running backs. So you got a Landon Roberts and Devin White, which I think is an upgrade at in our totality of our starting linebackers. Now you can talk about our corners. Again, you have Jacorian Bennett, but who's that other guy on the other side? I don't think
Darnay Holmes.
Darnay Holmes is going to be a slot.
You think Holmes? I think it's going to be Stokes.
Stokes is probably going to be
Eric Stokes.
But it's a competition thing, though, and that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? You don't just name somebody there. You let them compete and let the best man get it. That's the only way you're going to get better.
And
you know what I mean? So
and then on the back end, you have Jeremy Chin kind of taking over for the Merrick role. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Palomal. He's probably going to be still trying do his thug thizzle in the box. And that, and then also along with that, I don't know who's going to be that third safety because sometimes he does like to throw a third safety out there.
Oh, really? We only got 4 safeties.
Yeah, don't forget them other safeties that we got, them youngsters. Remember who was the dude from Georgia and the dude from Air Force?
So we got the kid from Air Force, Trey Taylor.
Yep. Air Force, but he was hurt last year, right? Wasn't he hurt?
Yeah.
And what was the other dude's the other dude from Georgia that we got?
No, you mean Notre Dame, Thomas Harper.
No. The dude from Georgia that we drafted.
Eric Stokes is the guy from Georgia.
No, not recently. I'm talking about like a couple of years ago. Was it last year or the year? No, it was 2
He's
years
not
ago.
he's not on the roster no more.
Oh, he's not. Yeah, he is. Is he?
Is Chris
was it Steve something?
Who?
Smith, right?
He's not on the roster no more.
Chris Smith. Chris Smith is still with the team?
Not on the roster right now.
Oh no, hell no.
He's not on the roster.
Chris Smith.
I'm going on the roster. We got 4 safeties. The 4 safeties is Jeremy Chin from Southern Illinois. He got 5 years. Thomas Harper, who was a rookie from Notre Dame. Isaiah Palomal from USC. And Trey Taylor from Air Force. Those are the 4 safeties.
No, Chris Smith is still on our team. 5'11", 195. We drafted him. What year we drafted him? 2022. No, 23. We drafted him in the fifth round.
Are you looking at the updated roster?
This is it right here. He was drafted in the 5th round in 2023. I remember him. I know they didn't get rid of him. That didn't matter. Just drafting him in the 5th round.
That's when we had. That's when our safeties
went to Georgia.
Good. We had Merrick, we had Epps, and Palomar.
Because he was there with
yeah. But
Palomar.
They're gonna have to configure that again. I think I think, to be honest with you, we don't have an outside corner, and I don't really trust our nickel corner. Darnell Holmes gives me you know what I'm saying? Like he gives me a heart attack.
UCLA.
Man.
That's the only reason I say that. But yeah, he's probably the guy who's I would lean on might win, but he can lose though. He's not the greatest cover corner, but he competes. From what I see here, he's possibly one of the better corners on the other side. I mean, I don't know too much about, and it's a lot of young guys. I don't know too much about Eric Stokes.
Yeah.
You know, Sam Webb, he's not going to be better than Darnay. Even I do like Sam Webb. I do like his aggressiveness. I do like he's 6'2". You know,
we got him for the,
yeah.
For the
they're gonna draft somebody.
We brought him back. I'll just say it like that.
Sam Webb,
yeah.
I like him. He's very good matchup for the taller, fade route type of wide receivers.
Okay.
You know, you got him, and then the kid from Mississippi State too last year. So we'll see how Richardson.
Yes, I forget. Oh yeah, the Cameron Richardson.
Yeah. There you go, the Cameron. Yeah, he's 6'2". He's 6'2" as well.
That's the kind of shit they gonna keep too.
He's the look, but I don't know if he's.
It's MJ Devonshire.
Yeah,
Devonshire. That's the other dude we drafted. You're right. I forgot about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey, let him compete. Fuck it. Somebody's gonna have to give.
Yeah.
And then you got the draft too, because you got some guys in this draft that corner that's deep. Like I like what's the old boy out of Kentucky? We did a mock draft today too. I let the chat do it, and they grabbed the dude out of Kentucky. I forgot his name.
Man, I think the mock drafts are so stupid. No offense.
I know it don't prove nothing. It's just something to do. Shits and gives.
I randomly tuned in and I saw some people make like a 5-team trade. I said, "You guys are fucking fools." This could possibly happen. I was like, "Who the fuck have you ever heard make a 3-team fucking trade?"
In how many minutes?
Man,
it's usually mind-boggling. It's like, no, I just started to realize like how dumb our fucking fan base is. I'm so tired. Like it's like I feel like we're the Cowboys fan base.
Shit.
You know the clock is running. So how many phone calls can you make within that within that
10
time minute to make a 5-team trade?
Man, come on, bro.
I can't stand mock drafts right now. Like I said, if you mock draft anything, it's only one round I would ever mock draft. It's the first round. I'm just mock drafting the first round. That's all I would do.
Shit.
I'm not mock drafting 7 rounds or 4 rounds. No, just one round. The first round is the only round that matters that you need a mock draft.
You know what, JT? I do the full thing, and it's because I want to see where, like, obviously whoever the mock draft people rank these guys, that's where they land. Okay. But you to look at names, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
so I need this from you. I need this from you. I need you to do a follow-up on your mock drafts this year and other people. I think that definitely is going to help us understand who knows what they're talking about. Because there's just so much. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm getting back into it. But I'm watching people because I want to support people and I want to support my other people's channels. And you know, I watch other people. I haven't lately. I was watching other people just to see like what they know or why the fan base is saying this or why am I having conversations with people that make no sense. And they're like, oh, I'll be watching this just to see what the people be saying. And it's like irritating.
I mean, I don't do mock drafts on my show.
Well, no, not even the mock draft. Just
Like on
just
my
what
own
they're talking
time,
about.
I'll sit on my phone and go through. Okay, so and so looks like they might be somewhere in the fifth round. That might be someone we could look at. Oh, let me see what their measurables. Let me see what because like you can tap on the name and it'll draw up. Someone will write a report. Weaknesses are, strengths are. You know what I'm saying, and you can kind of look at it and then go. Then I go from there.
Yeah.
I go back to the tape. So I'm like, okay, let me go see so and so from Alabama. Let me go see so and so from Kentucky. Let me go see some
Make you do homework.
from
Learn who's in the draft type
so,
shit.
Yeah. So when I start because that's why even like last year when I talked about Tommy Eichenberg, because we were talking about we need a linebacker, and I was like, hey, there's a linebacker. I think we can get him, and it could be the fifth, fourth or fifth round we get him, and voila, where do we get Tommy Eichenberg?
See,
fifth round.
Yeah, I do it. It'd be fun to do. You know what I mean? Like damn well the draft ain't gonna fall like that.
Though. You can't.
The draft is only gonna fall the way it's gonna fall the day it happens. That's the only time that draft is gonna fall that way. But just to fuck around with it, and then I learn new names of players because, like I say, I'm biased. I watch all Duck games. Fuck everybody else. You know what I mean? So when I be hearing these names, I like, let me see who they talking about then. Let me do some research.
I ain't gonna lie to you. The fattest nose tackle that's coming out.
Him. Yes. Florida. I take him out there. I take him high.
I would take him. And it's not because of him being that fat, but actually I've seen his play, and he does not get moved. He'll have two people. He'll take on two people and hold the line. You know what I'm saying? We need that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm
like, bye, Christian Wilkins. Bye.
That's
what I want to do to Christian Wilkins. I do. You're an amazing person. Love you, but get out of here. And I'm not shooing. I'm just saying, like, yo, it's time. Yeah, it's not working out. It's not working out. It's not gonna work out. He's not gonna hold it.
The one dude that I've been hearing motherfuckers talk about, so I went and dove in and checked him out. He's undersized for a guard, but they do Willie Lampkin from North Carolina.
Okay.
He's like 5'11", 290. He don't give up no pressures. And I think I know it's his low center of gravity, and he got leverage over these bigger defensive linemen. Because he's not, he's stout. He don't move back at all. And I heard people talking about it. I'm like, let me go look and see what this dude is. And I'm like, God, that's probably one of the reasons why what's dude, the running back from North Carolina, Hampton. That's why Hampton did a lot of good shit this year, which Hampton got a lot of breakaway runs with nobody touching him.
You talking about the North Carolina kid?
Yeah. But there's an offensive guard that plays on North Carolina named Willie Lampkin. He's short, 5'11", but 290. Don't nobody beat him.
Mm-mm.
And I was tripping, like they were saying his name all the time. I'm like, let me go see who this motherfucker is.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch his film. He don't budge.
His last name is, but
are you talking about Willie Lampkin?
Willie Lampkin, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised by, like, okay, he's short in stature, but
he's a day 2, day 3 kid.
Yeah, I got him in day 3. I got him in the 7th round, like doing a mock draft. That's gonna do anything for real. But I'm knowing because size is gonna be a big, you know what I mean, thing that why he's not gonna go. If he was like 6'5" and did what he did at North Carolina this year, oh, he'll go early. He would go early.
He'd be lottery pick.
Man, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's not that tall. But the motherfucker don't get moved. And I thought motherfuckers were just bullshit and talking about Lampkin like, hell no. Hey, say that shit again, Cool Kev.
He's only 290 at 5'11".
He built like a tortoise. I love steak tortoise too. I know they didn't mean that's big women.
Yeah, he definitely looked like a tortoise.
Hey, 5'11", 190? Shit. Give me a torta that big. Give me a steak torta with the avocado and the lettuce and the tomatoes and the beans. I'm fucking it up. Shit.
I just look at this running back class and I'm like,
they gonna call him Willie Lump Lump. Willie Lump Lump. There's really a Willie Lump Lump. Oh shit! Who you think I am, Willie Lump Lump?
Well, hey, JT, you said something about the running backs.
I'm not too high on them. As everyone talks about how deep they are, I'm not. They're deep for college. I'm not big on how they translate to the NFL.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I really do like Cam Scatterbull, but he's not a Chip Kelly type of guy or player. So I know we're not gonna get him. I would love to have him, but we're not gonna get him.
Yeah, he's
definitely a jack of all trades. He gamer. He has that mentality of what you were talking about. How Max attitude. He's just gonna get out and physically play and outwork you.
That's how he is, huh?
That's him. It's exactly who he is. But the problem is he doesn't fit the scheme, and a lot of people are gonna misevaluate him. And yeah. But no, man, it's just frustrating looking at another wasted year.
Yeah, it could be worse. You could be a Clipper fan. Shit. he gave that slow movie look like.
Hey, I can't.
What the fuck you just say? I'm about to shut this shit down anyway, man. It's getting late, man. For real.
Yeah, I'm at 7%.
Oh shit! So it's the right time then. But hey, Twan, let them know how to get in contact with you, bro.
Man, I've been a while. I've been in, you know what I'm saying? I've been on vacation for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for putting some money on the commissary. But I'm out, so look for me next week. Look for me next week. If not this weekend, we'll see.
Okay.
But Raider Twan on YouTube, okay? If you are a Raider fan, you should know how to spell Raider. Twan is spelled Twuan, okay? Twan, you two times is just as good as one, okay? So Twan on IG, and also you guys, Twan on X, formerly known as Twitter. So, and on Twitter, you might see me talk about Raiders. You might hear me talk about something random, but I'm definitely spitting my gospel while I can, you know what I'm saying, on Twitter. So definitely Twan on Twitter and IG, Raider Twan on YouTube.
Yes, indeed. You already know what to do, JT. Let them know.
I'm the guy who should be known as the player development engagement guy. Unfortunately, I'm not.
You're not big enough.
Not big enough. And my last name is not Sanders.
Oh shit.
But
shit.
I'm just gonna put it out there. You most likely won't have a job next year. But you can find me up for review. They don't call me the king of controversy for nothing.
Oh shit.
I've been nice. I've calmed down. I haven't been as attacking, detrimental to the team that doesn't pay me or hire me. Slander, all the other good stuff. Like you were a mess. You're a mess. You know? I'm not gonna say anything else too either about you, Daryl. Daryl. I'm not gonna say that about you either. Don't think I forgot about you.
Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Daryl Johnson. I'm not talking about Blue. I'm not talking about Bruce Johnson. But I will say your name is Derek. You know, I'm not gonna say anything about that. But I'm just gonna say, do your job. And I don't have nothing to complain about. But just know this year, this is your most important draft. Because I'm gonna be on your ass with no pause.
Don't put him in a full Nelson.
Don't choke him out yet.
Hey. With both hands on them shoulders.
Don't choke him out yet. All right, y'all already know, man. I'm Lunatik Raider. This is Raiders Allegiance. We doing our thizzle. Be back tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? Doing the same shit. I don't know about the late night. We might do a Dirty Lunatic show. All depends on Dirty. If we want to do it or not. If we are, Raider Stan go come out, or y'all can catch me on Raider Stan's OnlyFans page called Sock in the Pump. No, let me quit.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna talk to you guys. I'm gonna need a commercial from both of you guys on my next one.
Okay.
And Stan might have to do therapy for me.
I got you. Just let me know how you want it done. We gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, man. I'm up out of here, man. I gotta shut it down. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Thank you to the panel. We got Raider Twine in the building, JT. Man, thank y'all for pulling up. And shit, maybe we'll do this shit again, bro. Y'all guys enjoy your night, morning, wherever y'all from. And we'll be back at you. Like I always say about this time. I'm out this bitch.